So taking up the start position with the feet flat on the floor, the knees in the air, or with the feet outstretched, the legs outstretched, and we decide which is best for our back. So if the back is tight, have the knees up. If the back is not tight, have the legs outstretched. So I'm going to have my legs outstretched to start with. Hands on the tummy, and just starting to feel the breath moving the hands on the tummy. So I know that a few of us are just a little bit slow to get started. That's good.
Yeah, okay.
So see if you can feel the breath moving your fingers as they rest on the abdomen. Just notice the natural movement of the body when it's breathing. The expansion and the contraction. The rising up and the falling back down with each breath. So I have my head tilted to one side because I'm trying to speak into the microphone, but see if you can have your own head straight and level with space behind the neck. So I've got a block under my head. You might want a blanket or a towel or something like this to make your head comfortable. And once again, reminding ourselves that we do not have to do any movement that feels wrong for our body today. So let's just play with the arms. Just see.
Legs are flat down or folded, Karunavira?
The hands can be anywhere you like, just where you like on the floor. So we're going to make a first simple movement, which is to bring the arms up towards the ceiling. So the fingertips are pointing upwards to the sky. Palms are facing each other. And see what it's like to, when you breathe in, lift the hands right up as far as they go, so that the edges of the shoulders lift off the ground. And as you breathe out, let the edges of the shoulders come back down, so the arms come down. On the in-breath, we stretch up towards the sky. On the out-breath, we let the shoulders come back down to the mat, to the floor. So breathing in, we lift as far as feels good. Breathing out, come back down. And carry on like this in your own natural way, your own speed of your own breath. Exploring a stretch as far as feels good and then releasing back down. Let's just do 2 more of these breath stretches. So breathing in, stretch up. And breathing out, down. And just once more. And then allow the arms to fall back behind the head somewhere on the ground behind the head. If you look at my computer, my picture, mine are like diagonally out behind me, but you might want to bring them towards each other so they're stretching straight back. But this might hurt your shoulders, so finding a way to stretch behind you with the hands, which feels okay for the shoulders. And once again, breathing in, stretch out, moving the shoulders, moving the arms and the fingertips, stretching as far as feels okay, and then on the out breath, relax and drop. Release. And once again, on an in-breath, stretch out behind you as far as you feel you want to. Full stretch if you want to. And then on the out breath, release. And then bring the hands all the way back up so the hands face the ceiling, the fingertips point up to the sky, and bring the arms slowly, 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 inch by inch down to the hips, beside the hips. Okay. So hoping that's all going okay, just check your body when it's not moving. How does the body feel now around the shoulders and the neck? Noticing if you're trying too hard or stretching too far, if there's any sort of discomfort. And remember that you don't have to go into a full stretch. We can moderate the size of the stretch. So let's bring our right arm up, the right arm up into the sky. Just the right arm lifting, and take the right arm behind the head onto the floor, somewhere on the ground. And then with your left foot, stretch the left leg away and the toes and the right arm. So the right arm and the left leg stretching out. So make the left leg as long as you can make it, and the right arm as long as you can make it, and then release and let go. Release the stretch. Bring the right arm back up towards the ceiling, towards the sky, and slowly down beside your hip on the floor. Notice if your mind is predicting we're going to do the other side. Notice those thoughts that we have that move us into the future. And yes, we are going to do that. So lifting the left arm up and behind the head, slowly down, really feeling into the shoulder, the movement of the joint in the arm. And then when we feel ready, extending the right leg, make the right leg long and the toes long, and then stretch out the left arm away from the shoulder as far as it goes. A big diagonal stretch from the right leg all the way up across the body to the left fingertips. And then release. Feel what it's like to let go. And we bring that left hand back up towards the sky. And all slowly, very slowly down. When we go down, feel the weight of the arm as it gets near to the floor, just before it rests. And when the arm is on the floor, notice how the body relaxes and releases. And taking a moment now to breathe in once or twice and notice our body in stillness, just like the body scan. Breathing in the stillness. Okay, so if your body feels okay to continue, bring your knees in the air and put your feet flat on the ground. So the starting position with the knees in the air and the feet flat on the mat. And then allow the knees to come towards the head and hold them with your hands. So you're holding your knees with your hands. And just see what it's like to rock gently from side to side, rocking the body from side to side. Can you feel the lower back being massaged? Can you feel the hip joints? And to help you with this, start to make circles with the knees. Just playing with circles one way and the other way. Feeling, if you can, feeling the hip joints rolling around. These circular joints rolling around. This is very good for your hips. And then come to stillness, still holding the knees, and see what it's like to gently pull the knees towards the chest as you breathe out. As you breathe in, allow the knees to move away slightly, a few centimeters. On the out breath, draw the knees towards you in a stretch. And then on the in breath, allow the knees to open out away. And carry on with this a few more breaths. As we breathe out, we draw the knees in. As we breathe in, we let the knees move away. So playing with this stretch, notice where the body is stretching here. What muscles are stretching in this position? Do we want to do it a little less strongly? What's it like to do this more gently? Don't go so far. And then what's it like to do it really strongly pulling the knees in? Do you notice what changes when you do it gently and small? When you do it strongly and big movement. And then let the right leg drop to the floor and bring your both hands to hold the back of the left thigh. So you can kick. The left foot could kick into the air, slowly up. So see what it's like to explore the stretch. If this is possible, when you bring the leg more straight. So you might think, oh no, this is enough, just a small movement. Or you might want to make a very big movement, straightening up the leg fully. That might be too painful. But what's just right for your body today? Full stretch with a straight leg, or something more like a bent leg stretching. Can you play with this to find just the right amount of stretch so that you're not clenching the jaw, you're still breathing, the body isn't too tight?
Karunavira,
Yes.
I have a problem with my ligaments, left ligaments.
So don't go any further. Just imagine the movement, Alakashri.
Okay.
If you have any problem, imagine the movement, but do not make the movement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Very well done. Very good for noticing.
Manidhamma, it's kicking.
Let the left leg now come back to the floor, all of us, and come back to the start position. And rest the body now, just noticing the body. So this is a time to remind everyone again that if any movement is difficult or not good for you, please do not make the movement. Imagine the movement with your mind. Or make it smaller, make it very small. Whatever is best for your body. And we notice how the mood, how the emotions change as we're doing the practice. How the thoughts come and go. So the movement is just helping us become more aware. So if it's okay to bring the right knee up and hold behind the right thigh, so doing the other side now and just gently kicking the right leg up. If that feels okay, then beginning to do that. And if it does not feel okay, remembering that it's okay to imagine the movement. So playing with the stretch on the right leg, the back of the right leg, making it straight or not straight. What's just the right amount of stretch on this side? Taking the foot up towards the sky, just as far as feels okay and no further. Do we want to make a big stretch or just a gentle stretch? What's our habit here? Do we always try to do the biggest and the best? Or are we okay with just something a little bit less? How does it feel to make a slightly smaller stretch so that we can still breathe? So we're not tight in the jaw or the eyes. And then bring this right leg all the way back down to the floor. And once again, rest the fingertips on the tummy and feel the body in its stillness, breathing. Notice the whole body, and especially the legs and the hips. Can we notice any sense of this stretching movement, the echoes of this movement, the resonance or the result of the movement? Can we still feel something in the legs or the hips? Okay, checking my watch, good. So bring up the feet nearer to the buttocks so that they're a bit closer. And bring the feet together so that the knees and the feet are together. You can press them together. And then, gently as you breathe in and breathe out, allow both knees to gently fall over to the left side. Don't force. This is a gentle twist. Allow the weight of the knees to do the work. No need to push, just gravity. And feel the sense of this twist in the lower back. If it's too much, come back and rest. But if it's okay, just stopping here for a moment, feeling the part of the body that's stretching. And then with an in-breath, drawing the knees back up to vertical. To take a moment to feel the body straight. Check that the feet are together and the knees are together. And then on a breathing in and breathing out naturally, as you breathe, allow the knees to fall to the right. And once again, we have a little twist. Gentle twist. Sensing how this feels on the other side. As we breathe, how does the twist change? And then as we next naturally breathe in, as we breathe in, let the knees float back up to vertical and let the feet come apart. So we're in the natural starting position. Okay, I'm now going to invite you to do something very, very interesting. I'd like you to notice, what exactly do you move first when you hear the instruction, slowly roll over onto your front? So what part of your body moves first when you turn the body over to lie on your front? Notice how you do this. The sequence of movements, slowly done, to turn over and come up onto all fours. With the hands underneath the shoulders, the knees underneath the hips, And in the United Kingdom, we keep dogs as pets, and we like our dogs to be happy. And when the dog is happy, it wags its tail. Now, I know that in other parts of the world, dogs are not kept like that as pets. What's it's like to, yes, a little bit of a woofing here, wagging the tail. Just seeing what it's like to loosen up. And then you might like to start making little circles with the lower back. One way and then the other way. So we're feeling into the hip joints by making circles with the lower back. Feel free to play in any way you like to explore the spine. How is it to raise the middle back up towards the ceiling? So you're really like an angry cat, if you know what I mean. The back is arched up with very high, straightening up the arms. And then what's it like to come back down to a flat tabletop shape? So going from a tabletop, flat back, into a rounded back, high as you can. And then back to the table. For flat back, tabletop back, into angry cat. Playing with this. And if you like, you can breathe in as you go up and breathe out as you come down to the table. What's it like to make the stretch slightly smaller so we're not too tight, slightly smaller, and come back gently. And then come all the way back to the tabletop. If your hands are sore, if your wrists are sore, you can either put your fists on the mat, like I'm doing now, or you can just shake them out occasionally, loosen them up. So if the wrists are painful, give them a bit of a shake. And when you're ready, we're going to move into a balanced posture. And if you feel you don't want to do this, be very careful and make the right decision for yourself. But we're going to go into this balanced position very slowly by first of all stretching the right leg back with the toe on the floor. So there's the right big toe is on the floor. The right leg is straight and resting on the floor behind you. And then if you want to play with the balance, bring your left arm up parallel with the floor. So it's stretching forwards. See if it's possible to breathe naturally. And if you're feeling adventurous, you might want to lift your right leg up off the floor. And notice the wobble. We call this the wobble. Breathing and stretching the right foot away and the left hand away. And it doesn't matter if you fall over. What's it like? What's it like if we go not so strong, just a bit back, a little bit less, and then full stretch, and then come all the way back down, and just take a short break. Coming back, put your on your feet, sitting back onto your feet, and just shaking out the hands, the wrists. I know that some of us in the group have got old bones, and old bones don't like new tricks. So we need to be careful with the wrists. So you might decide you don't want to do the other side, and that's fine. This is all our choices. We don't have to do what KV is saying, what Karunavira is saying. You can decide for yourself. But I'm going to do it, and if you want to follow on, bring the hands underneath the shoulders once more. The knees underneath the hips, so you're like a table. And then take the left foot back, so the left leg is straight on the ground. Straight left leg. Left big toe resting on the floor behind. And then we lift the right arm up, parallel with the floor, and stretch it forwards as far as you want. And that might be enough. That might feel good enough. But if you want to, you can lift the left foot up so that the leg's in the air and you're balancing and stretching. You might want to make this stretch really big or very sort of gentle. So play with big stretch and smaller stretch. What feels good? Maybe none of it. And then come all the way down. And once again, sit back down on your feet. So take the bottom back. Take the knees slightly apart. So you can let the body come down and just rest your elbows on the floor. And if your body allows you, you could rest your head on your hands. But maybe that's not possible, in which case, make two fists and rest your head on two fists. Or just rest with your hands on your head, your jaw like this. Or if your body allows it, go all the way down and rest on the floor. And notice what this feels like to let the body release. Releasing around the hips. Releasing in the lower back. With each out breath, letting go. Let gravity do the work here. Okay, so coming up now and coming to lie on your left side, like I'm doing here, supporting my head with your right arm on your thigh. There's a posture, the Parinirvana Buddha posture. This is called Parinirvana Buddha. If you like, you can bring your hand down to balance yourself on the floor in front of the chest. Because what I'd like to invite you to explore now is lifting the right leg up like you're a pair of scissors and then back down. You might want to lift your leg up just a small way like this, or a bit more, or a bit more. And if you really want to, you can place your foot on your head. But I can't do that. So just noticing if you're happy with a small stretch. Well, I've gone all blurry on my screen. I'm not sure what's happening here. Yeah, we're back again. Small stretch or a bigger stretch? And just one more of these, just lifting the leg up and noticing how heavy is this leg? And slowly, slowly down so you really feel the weight of the leg. And stop. Now you can do the other side without changing postures because you're not speaking into a microphone, but I'm going to just turn around so my left side is on the floor. So turned around, Parinirvana Buddha posture, but with the hand in front to balance you. And once again, when you feel ready, explore the scissor movement, lifting the left leg up. And this may not be right for you. The left leg may not want to do this. So really being careful to move in a way that is okay for your body today. And if it's not okay, imagining the movement and noticing what it's like to do that. So gently lifting up as far as you want. And then once more, and very slowly down. So we feel the weight of the leg coming down. And then allow your body to roll back onto the back into the starting position. The semi-supine position, the knees in the air, the hands could be on the tummy or the floor, whatever's most comfortable. And allow your eyes to gently close for a moment. And feel the gentle movement of the breath moving the body. And allow your awareness, your attention, to fill up the whole body. So we can feel the feet, the legs. We can feel the pelvic region, the back, the trunk, the arms and the fingers, and the head. And see if it's possible to notice any sensations linked to the stretches we've been doing. Any sense of energy moving or heat, warmth, tingling, just like with the body scan. And notice the mood, the emotional tone of the body, and the quality of the mind. Is it fast? Is it slow? Is it soft or hard? Just gently noticing the whole of our experience as we rest. So in a moment, we're going to make another movement back to our normal position in front of the computer. But I'd like you to notice how the body moves. In order to do this, we first of all roll to one side. So let's roll to one side and just stop for a moment. And in the week, when you're doing this practice at home in the week, it's important to let your back become strong again when you roll over. What's happening now is that your back muscles are becoming toned up. Just because you've rolled onto your side, they're now toning up. If you continue rolling over so your hands can touch the floor, you can then use the body, you can use your arms to lift up the body. The weight is lifted by the arms, and you can come up into a kneeling posture. And then making your own way back to your chair. Giving your body any other movement it feels like having. So you might want to stretch other parts of the body on the way. Sort of feeling into the body, what needs a little bit more stretch? How would my body like to move a little bit more? Just noticing as we come back to our seat.